I'm Dr. Balasubramanya. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement. We're a 29-year-old development organization who have started community radio station Jana Dhwani in Mysore district of Karnataka, and it has been operational since 24th February 2012. It took a long time for us to get the formal licensing, which almost took 3 years, and probably that I would say is one of the challenges in terms of expanding community radio station. Our target audience has been tribals, basically the forest-based indigenous tribal groups, and other rural folks. Today we reach about 188 villages, about 100,000 population in total, within a radius of nearly about 25 kilometers. The support to equip the station came through Broadcasting Engineering Consultants India Limited as a corporate social responsibility support for us, and that was 2.5 years back. And the programs that today I would say 86% of our programs are generated by the community. About 9% of the programs are actually generated by the government officials. Basically, we interview them to get to know not just the schemes, but the processes and procedures to reach that place. We also understand all the challenges and how to overcome them. And there is a normal interaction between the government official as well as a community beneficiary and the station director, who there will be a panel discussion to understand these issues so that it gets communicated. The community radio station has become an important tool for the as a voice for the voiceless there. And the important things that we are looking at is, one is capturing the local heritage, culture, and then nurturing that over a period of time, identifying key performers, and apart from that, accolading or just accomplishing people over there. They get a pat on the back when they come and get into this one. It has also become an important tool for students to learn how a radio functions. So a lot of school children visit us to understand how this one. We have specific programs for children itself called Makkala Mantapa. We have women welfare programs where women themselves come and articulate about holding positions within the society and how they are able to manage it and what are the challenges that they face on day-to-day basis. And there are responses from the community also where they tend to say how they could overcome this. Then we have Hadu Hase program, which actually looks at the art and music in the local area, which gets compiled as well as nurtured in the things. Then we have the specific tribal programs where tribals discuss about their own cultural heritage, the challenges that they face after coming out of the forest, the cultural crossroads that they are in, and what are the responses that they expect from the government or the local support systems and the community at large in order to overcome them. So the programs now focuses, and we also have programs related to local youth and local shandies. There is also, the radio program also looks at local hospitals, which specialist is available on which day, so that the people need not travel when this one. We also have interviewed government functionaries which have actually helped them, including getting road transport. The number of buses, the public transport of the area has actually increased by that. We've got roads actually sanctioned after the radio programs started flourishing there. So people see that as in fact today we are really proud to say that we have actually a waiting I would say room where a lot of people come and sit there waiting for their recording to happen. So to that extent it has been a very powerful tool for us, and we feel that it is one media where community not only understands but are very proud to own it, and as we nurture it we are able to feel the difference. The greatest challenge has been in terms of providing support systems in terms of financial resources. Now to assimilate programs, I don't think it's a challenge at all, because the community has been participating much more than. Today we are actually broadcasting for 7 hours, and by April we are actually expanding it to 10 hours per day. So that's the amount of programs that we are able to generate in this one. Sustaining it, because financial sustainability is a big this one, and news was not allowed, so that was also a challenge, but because people wanted news, it could be the availability of a doctor or the rates that are there in the market for various items that they have to sell or buy. So these issues were also coming up from the community regularly, because the news, and they also wanted to know when the MLA is available so that they couldn't go and meet in the office, because we can't travel all the way to meet an MLA and that fellow is not available at that point of time. So they said that, can you announce whether the MLA is in office today or not? So these are the demands that keep coming from the community. The other thing that has also been a recent demand has been to nurture sports. They say that why can't radio also start talking about sports and have commentary on local sports that is actually happening, whether it could be a kabaddi match that is there in the local area. They want that to also come up. So financial resources in some ways has to be one of the important challenges that we have. And the restrictions on and the DAVP rates, many times the government itself does not accept at the state level. They say it's too costly, we can't afford to pay you at that level. The advertisement costs are also too high, and because the reach of a community radio station is not high, so the advertisement revenue. And I think the more important debate also is about what to advertise, because as a community radio station, the focus is on social development and rather than any politicking or anything like that. So in that context, the code of ethics that the community radio station professes is also important. I think a broad framework of code of ethics, so what programs or what advertisements could be taken, would also be beneficial for running a community radio station which is ethical, rational, and as well as relevant to the community at large. It definitely grew with time, because first of all, people didn't even know what a community radio station actually means. Though we had a panel who started, and we actually did a survey to understand what time we have to go on air, which is most relevant for the time for them. Still there was actually an anxiety and apprehension. The moment we started field recording, and the field recording we started doing it in the households, in the neighborhood lanes, etc. People used to suddenly get attracted to them. They would become curious, saying that why were they recording and what is this program on? And the children actually helped us a lot in terms, because they wanted to come and look at this one, and then we started the children program. Parents started coming over there, and once the parents also started getting attracted in this one, listeners automatically got compiled, because every child goes back and say that I have performed in the radio today, so you should listen. So it tells all its friends. So that extent today, recently to the second anniversary we had 200 listeners voluntarily coming there and participating in the interactive session. So that was the response that we got. So in that way, we definitely see community radio station as a very powerful tool to get the community together and hold on and nurture the community's rich traditional heritage and customs, and also give them contemporary knowledge related to the mainstream world in terms of economics and for their own viability.